eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do what they...
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken at his 4th. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll begin here with Bernard. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, they're back to where they started, 3rd and 10. Now back back to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for Devontae Booker, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a carry for Bernard. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. Shrugs him off.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Denver getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Here's Booker on the catch. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
No, check, Patriot! Patriot! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 3rd down, Abdullah. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The drive starts with Devontae Booker. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about this all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Drops it underneath for Booker. Finding room at the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. It doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bills getting set to go. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Dancing to his left. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Now let's go. Green 39, green 39.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and a mile. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And here come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. He'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best.
Exactly.
Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's Bernard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a toss play to Bernard. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
A second down carry for Booker. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Gun!
Back to throw here. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Leopard! Gun!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This is screen to Abdullah. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Gun!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Football, it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
I know it looks easy to a lot of people when you're kicking the ball. I mean, it looks pretty simple, right? Snap, put it down, kick it. But playing in the snow, that can throw off your timing just a bit, and that can wreak havoc, as we just saw there.
Well, it throws off the timing, and I just think it's an extra advantage for the team that's coming in to block it because they've got a hold on the offensive side, and, of course, the kicker and holder and snapper, they've got a lot to deal with.
What can't be underestimated is the person catching the ball, the holder, and putting it down. You're talking about cold hands, snowy weather, ball can get slippery on you. It's a lot of extra pressure on that person.
And they're able to get it down, but a nice job to get in and block it.
Set, 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. So it's on to halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Right side, Tate. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3-and-out, 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete. Abdullah. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 62 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills are in for 6. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Looking to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll do something here on third down.
Lucky 56. Hot. Gone. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And they're not able to convert on fourth down.
We've been at enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear a special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied second half. This is when execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Bernard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
All right, now, Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll run it. This is Booker. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Devontae Booker taking it in. And the Broncos are in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're going to look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
They'll set up a throw. He'll rifle this one deep right. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. On 3rd down, Booker. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And McManus able to put it through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. The job one to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. A big play here for the Bills. 48 yards. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Boston Scott, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. This time, the extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. They'll look to throw. It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that sets up a big third down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
The Broncos on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Drops it underneath for Booker. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Booker on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense are saying go right ahead with those. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Broncos on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Back to throw here. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only 1 period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
And now out come the Bills. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Detroit!
Now a first throw here in overtime. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Backed up deep in their own territory. They were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 26. A huge play there in overtime, 51 yards. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll run for it. This is Abdullah. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal. Then we head to sudden death, but if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is Booker on the dump off. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
No. Check. Patriot.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a 1st down when you want 3, get a little bit closer, making it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense that they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, as Charles grabs our shovels, we...
Look at you go!